worked in the funeral industry for several years.
I'm live according to YouTube. Come on in, guys. If you're around, pop in and say hi. I don't think I'm going to do a very long one because I got to start the barbecue up soon. So if you're around and you got a notification of this live stream, pop in.
Everything was caught up hanging out in the staff room by myself, which all my coworkers viewed me as
Pop in.
mad for
I'm listening to Steve How to Hunt, man. He's awesome.
full understanding of the spirit of likewise. Wow, that would be a really different type of job.
And I'm drinking my black cherry
Those
bubbly.
voices take place during the night only scared me the first few times, and I got used to it. Right, exactly the same description. So I'm mad at it. Spirit gospel said people were hearing human or other spirits talking in the woods that likely is not linked to Sabbath, dogman, or any other physical being. Now, I have plenty of ghost stories and experiences with the supernatural in that regard.
I turn that off for now. Pop in and say hi, guys. Let's see what we got here. I got to check the weather forecast. Anybody's on there? How about a Bobby in there? 791 on the side. $791 QSX. Anybody out there? 791 Colin. Let's see if anybody's on the bow funk. Bow funk. These are great little bow funds, little 2-meter radios. So that's actually Saltsburg Fire Department on there right now. There's nobody coming in. Got a few calls yesterday. These are great radios, man. Hello, how's it going, Garrett? How are you? It's going good. With this bow phone. Have you ever seen these before? These are great little radios, 2-meter. You can actually talk quite far on these little guys. So it's got this cool little thing on top here too. Watch this. Greetings from Honolulu. Honolulu. You know what? I talk to Maui occasionally and Honolulu. I talked to Honolulu I talked to Honolulu a few days ago. You can actually see the videos on here. You're good, right on. I can't wait to go back to Honolulu. How many times I've been to Honolulu? I've been to Honolulu about 20 times, at least 20 times. I was married there. I was married on Oahu the first time and Maui the second time. I was married at Diamond Head the first time, right at the base of Diamond. So if you're in Honolulu, you probably know Diamond Head very well, near Waikiki. There's a little park at the base of Diamond Head, off Diamond Head Road, 3223 Diamond Head Road. And that's where I got married, in that park the first time around. And then the second time, I got married on a beach on Maui. God, 6 years ago. Maui, I love the Hawaiian Islands, man. It's beautiful. It's funny, today somebody commented on one of my Hawaiian videos, Leonard's Bakery up in Kapahulu. I shot a video last time I was on Oahu, because we always walk up to Kapahulu down the Alawai Canal and go up to Rainbow Drive-In, because I like to get the loco moco or the Hawaiian plate lunch. And then we go over to Leonard's Bakery. And actually somebody today, I was reading my comments, some dude in Hawaii commented on my Leonard's Bakery. And he said, if you come in and tell them so-and-so will give you, somebody will give you a discount, mention someone's name. I said, oh, that's cool. So maybe next time when I go to Hawaii, I don't know when we're going to be able to get out of here. Some of the mandates are dropped, and they dropped the stupid mask mandate today. And then they're going to drop the other one where you got to show your iPhone to get into a restaurant thing, that pass thing. They dropped that on the 8th of April. That's a joke anyway. Anyway, good to see you in there. And I'm sure things are great in Hawaii. They're always great in Hawaii. Definitely. Hawaii, my favorite place. How I wish I was in Hawaii. I really do. I'm missing it. I am missing Hawaii big time. Soon enough, we will be there, hopefully. One of these days, if things get back to normal. Anyway, we got a pretty nice day here out in the Southern Gulf Islands. Certainly not like Hawaii, but, things are blooming. It's looking like spring. And, we changed the clocks ahead here. I think this weekend we spring ahead. In Hawaii, you guys don't have to do that. You guys are lucky. You don't have to play around with your clocks. So this weekend we spring ahead. So you lose an hour of sleep, but it don't matter to me because I'm retired. And it mattered when I worked, but now it doesn't matter. I don't care what we do with the clocks. We change them or keep them, whatever. But anyway, greetings and mahalo for being in there. How about it, Bob? Anybody out there? 791 on this side. Is that you in there, Steve? Steve? Some skip coming in there. 435 Louisiana. Good to see you in there, Matt. I think we got some skip coming in here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on my preamp and see if I can suck in these signals here. Let's see what we got going on. Somebody coming in here from the DX land. Tournament. Yeah, whereabouts is that coming in from?
I don't know. It's kind of a murmur. It's kind of a in the background. I'm on my 5/8 now. It's kind of drying up. It seems to be working today, but I don't know.
I'm hearing it coming in right now. A little bit in the background. It's down here. Louisiana, good to see you in there, man. Could be Australia. I got the preamp on, so I'm sucking in the signals a little better. I'm actually in the middle of a live stream right now, too. So I'm on my Jungle Joe C channel doing a live stream. Got 435 Louisiana in there. And Garrett out in Honolulu watching.
Oh, right on.
And I'm talking to you, so you're actually on it now, too.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to. I can hear these guys. I mean, they're way off in the distance. So. I think it's South Pacific. Got some skip coming in here, Louisiana. CQDX, CQ, calling CQDX 791 on the west coast of Canada, QSX. Australia's coming back to. We got you in there, Australia. We know that South Pacific coming in there. We did hear you acknowledge our call sign. This is a 9 Alpha uniform, 791 on the west coast of Canada. 791 on the west coast of Canada, Colin. Okay, Ray, 200. Ray, 200. I didn't get copy what part of Australia you're in, but you're definitely sounding good up here. We got a little bit of QRM in there, but Ray, you got Joe on this side, Juliet, Oscar, Echo, and we are here in the Southern Gulf Islands off the west coast of Canada. Bring back your QTH in Australia, Ray. We're back to you. Okay, QSL there, Ray, 250 miles southeast of Sydney, Australia. And you're making a trip here to the west coast of Canada. So our islands are off the extreme southwest coast of British Columbia. If you know where Vancouver Island is, our Southern Gulf Islands are tucked up against the very southern portion of Vancouver Island, Roger. Channel 38 lower sideband. QSL there, Ray. Yeah, okay. We got you about 3 to 5 S units here, 3 to 5 S units here. And I don't know what you're running on that side, but you're sounding really good. Nice Q5 signal. I'm running a IMAX 2000 antenna, D104 Lollipop mic, turned down a little bit there. RCI 2980 WX base station. Right now pushing about 400 whiskeys through a Texas Star high drive, Roger. I'm putting them in my logbook. Australia.
Yeah. 52 years old.
Crazy. Yeah, Ray, the number is actually 791 here, right? 791. It's actually an Australian number I'm using. 9 Alpha Uniform 791. Is that a copy? 9 Alpha Uniform 791 there. 200 near Sydney, Australia. Bring it back. Hey, Ray, looks like propagation is changing in there. It's kind of dropping out. So, hey, station 200 near Sydney, Australia. We are going to have to pass the numbers for a bit there and listen on the side. Say 73s to you down there in the South Pacific. Do appreciate the comeback. Put you in the logbook there, Ray, so we do hear you again. We'll make contact. This is 9 Alpha Uniform 791 on the west coast of Canada, out here in the Southern Gulf Islands. We will be QSX. We'll be listening.
Station on the side.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Angel.
Okay, 550 Grant up there in Nanaimo, 791 Salt Spring Island. How about at Nanaimo station? I can hear a Vancouver station talking to Australia as well. I'm on channel 38 there.
You might not hear them Albert from Surrey or something, just keyed up.
Yeah, I can hear Albert in there.
Grant texted me, I told him I'd try to get you to give him a call.
What was it? 555?
550 Grant.
550 Grant. How about at 550 Grant, 791 Salt Spring Island? Yeah, the skip's running to South Pacific right now, so you might not be able to hear me. Australia is coming in pretty good. They're still coming.
Yeah, you hear something in the background there, but Elmer's coming in here almost as good as you, and yeah, I don't think you're going to hear Grant.
Now, I can hear the guy out in Surrey, but not very good. Actually, Australia's coming in stronger.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know, what is he running? Yeah, 4-element Yagi. He just said, 4-element Yagi. I think he's running the same thing. Like Steve's got a 4-element Yagi. Pop in there, guys, and say hi. Live DX and right here. That was South Pacific. I like the South Pacific stuff. Maybe we'll hear some Hawaii in there. CQDX South Pacific, CQ South Pacific. This is 791, 9 Alpha Uniform, 791 on the Southern Gulf Islands of Canada. CQDX calling CQ South Pacific, 9 Alpha Uniform, 791 Southern Gulf Islands, QSX. Let's see if anybody else can hear me. Australia coming in on 39. I'm on 27395. Calling CQ, calling CQDX, calling CQDX. This is 791. 791 on the Southern Gulf Islands of Canada, QSX. Pop in and say hi, guys. If you're in there, I'm on channel 27395. CQDX, lower sidebound, CQDX South Pacific, calling CQ South Pacific. This is 9 Alpha Uniform 791. 9 Alpha Uniform 791 on the Southern Gulf Islands of Canada, QSX. Who else can hear me on DX land? And if I do talk to you on the DX, you will make my video gate, right? Because we do like to upload the videos of the skip. Oh, I can just set the barbecue.
You come right back.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm supposed to light the barbecue for Wendy. I'll be back. I was going to just talk about Australia.
X-ray 176 Australia. Cherry Patch down near Victoria. Ventura County Life. You take it easy, mate, and see you in there with all the best, mate. Hope to catch you soon.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Do you have a call sign? Yes, I do. 9 Alpha Uniform 791. 9 Alpha Uniform 791.
Just like that, I got quiet.
Yeah, I was up on 39 calling. There's somebody coming in pretty good too, but then Wendy came in. I had to go start the barbecue, so I just got back. Barbecue tonight. Beautiful night. A little bit of a breeze. I'm seeing the flag blowing in the wind.
Yeah, right on. Get ready for the rain, I guess, eh?
Yeah, I think it's coming. And it is kind of cool out there. It's only about 42, so about 6 degrees.
It's not too bad. At least it's not raining yet.
No, it wasn't a bad day, actually. It wasn't too bad at all. It was dry. Yeah, so my call sign's 791. Yeah. A little bit of skip coming in there, but not much now. That was just kind of faded out.
I didn't spin the dial around here. I just stuck here.
Now there's somebody coming in from Australia. Hey, 76 Australia, 791 West Coast to Canada wave. 76 Australia, 76 Australia, 791 West Coast to Canada. Can you hear them in there?
No. Well, I'm on the 5/8 here. I'm going to do a quick test here. I'm going for the 5/8. Now I switched over the halfwave. Any difference?
Yeah, you're still shaking the radio.
Okay, no difference. Okay, I'm back on the 5/8. I don't know. I guess when it dries out, it gets better and fixes itself. But I thought I'd try to run some power through it. So I don't know. I still got to take it down and clean and put it back up again.
Yeah, you know, it's coming in loud, man. I mean, you're so close. That's the problem. You're so close. It doesn't really make a difference. You're way up in the red anyway.
Yeah, you are too.
Yeah. So it's hard. I mean, if I lived far away, then probably I'd maybe notice the difference easier.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was trying to shoot some DX there today on the halfwave, and it seemed like it wasn't getting out. And then I switched over to the 5/8 and, set my maps. And then, the first call I made, somebody got back to me. So I thought, okay, it's okay for a day or two, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely working. Well, it's good setting up that guy's radio today. It was kind of cool. So I'm sitting in the guy's driveway, and it was me and him, and then another guy and his wife. So the DX was coming in, and I stick the mag mount on the roof of the truck, right? And it's just sitting in his console, sitting on top of the console in the middle. There was like, boom, Alabama comes back, plain as day, good radio check. And then another station in Alabama, and somebody else is coming back too. Is like, okay, yeah, it works.
Yeah, right on. Yeah. I think I remember when you guys were doing that, but like I say, when I'm hearing that, you guys are all coming in the same, and the DX is almost burying you.
I know that's the problem. It was coming in really strong. We were down on 38, I think. Yeah, we were on this one.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, so now he's got one set up too. He's a cop.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. So now I have my radio. Then there's Bill, there's Jason, and Jim. So there's like 4 of us now on the island.
Oh, that's good. More people to talk to.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just Too bad they don't want to talk on them all the time. Most of these guys just kind of like want them for emergencies and stuff. Like I like to just talk on them.
Yeah, you got her.
Kind of a hobby, right? That's what it is. It's a hobby.
Yeah, CVs and fast car as well for me. Anyway, I don't know.
Yep, I like fast cars too.
Okay, I'm gonna sit outside here for a bit. I got a couple things to do.
Okay, catch you later. I'm going to call for this 176. Hey, 176 Australia. 176 Australia. 791 West Coast of Canada. (176 Australia). 176 Australia. 791 West Coast of Canada. Calling. Coming in there, Australia. CQDX South Pacific, CQ South Pacific, 791 on the West Coast of Canada, calling and standing by. See if they can hear my weekly station. Be better if I had a beam antenna. CQDX South Pacific, calling CQ South Pacific. This is 791. 791 on the West Coast of Canada, QSX. If he's coming back to me or not. Anyway, thanks for joining in the live stream. For you CB Radio DX enthusiasts. I'm on 27,385 lower sideband right now. Oh, I hear somebody coming back to West Coast of Canada. Okay, 176, we hear you in there. 176 Australia. This is 791 on the West Coast of Canada, waving at you. We got you. I did hear him acknowledge the West Coast of Canada. Calling CQ 176 Australia, 176 Australia, 791 West Coast of Canada, calling. I actually got a fan blowing on the heat sink, the bottom of the Texas Star, keep her cool. Calling CQ, calling CQDX, CQDX South Pacific, CQ South Pacific. This is 791 West Coast of Canada, QSX. We're trying. We're fishing for DX. So on this radio right here, this is a RCI 2970 DX. Larry, thumbs up. Hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you in there. 1976 near eating wave, made the split. Yeah, good, man. Made that split contact this after. Oh, cool, man. Yes, Larry, good to hear you in there, buddy. Always good to hear the Big Apple in there. New York, the Empire State. I worked a couple of stations today as well. We worked you, and I worked Rhode Island was in there too. It's nice to hear the East. I like to hear the East Coast stuff. It's always Southeastern skip mostly for me. So when I hear like New York, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire, I heard today. I didn't get back to New Hampshire. I don't think they heard me, but I was good to make the hookup. I just worked a station in Australia here on the live stream, and it's starting to fade out now. There is South Pacific coming in. The current time here is 6:23 p.m. Pacific time. Australia's still in there right now. CQDX Victoria, Australia. CQ, Australia. 791, 9 Alpha Uniform, 791 on the West Coast of Canada, QSX. See if you can hear me. How about at 176 Australia, CQ, Australia. 791 West Coast of Canada, calling. Yeah, 176 Australia. We think you do hear us out there. Have a good one down there, down under. And listen for you again, 176. This is 791 on the west coast of Canada. Will be QSX. Cheers in 73s. This is when I could really use a flat side beam. It would be perfect. So I'm running, like I say, I'm running an IMAX 2000 on this radio. I have 3 different antennas up. And there's a Texas Star High Drive 500 watt amp hooked up to it, but I'm running about 400. I got it turned to about 400 right now. Whiskey's running through the coax. My other antenna is an Antron 99 hooked up to the DX302 RCI or DX RCI 2970 DX, and then on the 458 we have a high gain silver rod antenna, aluminum 1/5/8 wave up on the roof. See if we make another call. Calling CQ, calling CQDX. CQDX. This is 791 on the west coast of Canada, QSX. Maybe somebody else out there will hear me. Conditions kind of went out the way it was. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I miss having a beam. You know, I've had 2 beams up over the years. My very first one in the 70s was a V-quad, strictly flat side. And then in 1980, it was January 1980, I put up a 2-element high-gain quad, Eliminator 2, up on a 30-foot tower, but 6 feet of mast on that. So it was 1 wavelength. And I had that up for quite a few years. It worked really, really well. And for the local stuff, I was using my high-gain penetrator, high-gain Super Golden Penetrator 500 Omni. QSK. 791 west coast of Canada on the side. Somebody kind of came in there kind of loud. Hey, 176, you're sounding really good up here, man. 176 Australia. Still pushing a good signal here to the west coast of Canada. 791 on the side. One 791 west coast of Canada listening on the side. So when Australia comes in here, it's usually in the evening, very, very late afternoon or early evening. And it's only on channel 38. Actually, my bad, he could be in New Zealand. I don't know if you guys can hear him. Oh, he's in Victoria. Sorry, my bad. I often talk to a guy in Hawaii in Honolulu, 121. He comes in on channel on AM. I talk to him, and he actually comes in really good. You can see him on the video gate here on some of my videos. Well, let's go see what else we can get here. CQ, calling CQDX, CQ, 791 west coast of Canada, QSX. So how many of you guys have these things? You know about these radios here? These are great, these little Baofeng, right? I kind of like these little guys. So there's a bunch of us on the island that have these. Unfortunately, there's just so many mountains here. They kind of get in the way when I'm trying to get through to my friends, right? So you get actually better distance with the 11-meter band radio than these Baofeng on our island. But if it was flat here, we'd probably get a pretty good distance with these little guys. 2-meter radio. He's coming in pretty good. Write that down. I don't know if you guys keep logs. I keep logs of the better stations I talk to. CQ Australia, CQ Australia. 791 on the west coast of Canada, 791 west coast of Canada. Calling. Sorry, guys. CQDX, calling CQDX South Pacific, calling CQDX South Pacific stations. This is 791 on the west coast of Canada, QSX. Lots of Australia coming in there right now. You get one of. You can get them on Amazon, Larry, pretty cheap. I got this one on Amazon in the US. I think it was like $66, and it came with a microphone, a mic, and the bigger antenna, and an extra battery. Good evening, Daryl. So I've got you on the mobile this evening. Oh, cool. North Alabama. Good to see you in there, bro. We're going to be listening for you again, and you will make the video gate for sure. I talked to a bunch of stations in Alabama today. I set up a friend's radio in his vehicle today, and I talked to 2 stations in Alabama. I put the mag mount on the roof. It was a United Bearcat 980, and on 38, lower 38, single sideband CB mode, right, of course. Had a 200-watt RM kicker in there, and I got back to 2 really good stations in Alabama, so that was awesome. Maybe you were one of them. Yeah, that's cool. I always love talking to Alabama. There's one station that's always coming in from Alabama is 249, and I know he's running a couple of 102-inch whips off the back of his truck. 249 Alabama, you probably know who he is. Australia is coming in good right now. CQ calling CQDX South Pacific, CQ South Pacific. This is 791 on the west coast of Canada, Southern Gulf Islands, QSX. I think I got to turn up the power a little bit. CQ calling CQDX, CQDX 791 west coast of Canada, calling South Pacific. That's 500 watts. I hope they hear me. Talking about barbecue in this guy, I'm getting hungry. My wife's out, actually. She got a steak on the Barbie. So it's weird when you talk to Australia. I think they're like 18 hours ahead of us. CQ South Pacific, calling CQ South Pacific, 791 on the west coast of Canada. Stand by. They love to barbecue, don't they? Those Aussies. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing European stations. We don't get Europe in here that often. It's pretty rare. I haven't talked to Europe for a long time, but I think you guys in Alabama and the southeastern states, you guys get Europe a lot down there, you lucky bums. CQDX, calling CQDX 791 on the west coast of Canada, 791 on the west coast of Canada, calling South Pacific and standing by. Can you hear these guys? I've talked to him before. How about it, Bundy? 791 west coast of Canada waving. I haven't talked to him for a long time. It's a nice thing about radios. You meet a lot of good people on the radio. Calling CQDX South Pacific, CQ South Pacific, 791 on the west coast of Canada, QSX. How about it, 429 Bundy? 429 Bundy, Australia, 791 west coast of Canada. The problem is they got much stronger stations coming their way from California. Across the pond, oh, you're lucky, Larry. Lucky you, man. I'm envious. I wish I could talk to Europe. It's been like, I'm guessing probably maybe 8 years since I talked to Europe last time. Just don't hear them in here. Here's South America, lots of Mexico. I was Puerto Rico, Jamaica, lots of Jamaica, New Zealand, Australia, Tasmania, and Hawaii. I talked to Hawaii a lot. CQ, calling CQDX, calling CQDX South Pacific, calling CQ South Pacific. This is 791 West Coast of Canada, QSX. Let's see if somebody out there in DX land can hear me. Anyway, Larry, if you're on there tomorrow, we'll make contact. So I talk a lot of AM skip on channel 28. I also go one channel below 1, and I talk a lot of skip on there too. And I've been talking a lot of FM DX down on 26805 FM. And it's amazing. The FM DX is totally different. There's not really a lot of people on there, but I've worked quite a few stations on FM DX now. And on the sideband, I'm usually on 27385 to 27375 to 27405, but I also go up into the free band. So on 41, 42, and usually upper side 55. That's where I usually hang out in the day. I kind of jump around channels a lot. But first thing in the morning, when the DX starts to roll and I like to call, I like to fish for the skip on channel 28. So you'll just start to hear it come in, and I don't have any extra power. I just run the power out of the radio. So I'm running usually about 8 watts on this big base station. And it's amazing if the conditions are right where you can talk, right? A lot of Australia coming in. CQ, CQDX, CQDX. This is 791 on the west coast of Canada, QSX. You gotta like D104s. They're just so sensitive, these microphones, aren't they? You probably pick up my wife talking in the living room. CQDX Australia, CQ Australia, 791 west coast of Canada, QSX. You hear them in there. But they ain't hearing me. I have to eventually get a beam again. You know, I'd like to get a 3-element Yagi flat side. I wonder if there's any skip coming in on AM. Nothing. Nope. Funny how DX works, doesn't it? CQDX, CQDX, 791 on the west coast of Canada, calling and standing by. Well, maybe it's only 2 contacts tonight for me. That's the way she goes. In my mobile, I'm running a radio I bought a long time ago. It's an old Citizen MPL5. I bought it in 1979, and I got the mods put in it way back then too, just about a year after. I think in 81, might have been early 81, I got the mods done in that radio. I mean, could have been 82, 80 or 81, I got the mods done. So Citizen MPL5, it goes up to 28235, and it's got an unlock clarifier in it, so it's an old radio. And I'm running a Tram 300 mag mount with a RM203P kicker, right? Foot warmer. So it seems to work pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. In my wife's mobile, she's running the unit in Bearcat 980 with a Tram 300 mag mount and the RM203P kicker as well. And I really like those little boots. They're just so tiny, and they seem to work pretty good, pretty effective. I'm very happy with the Tram antennas too. They're easy to tune, and they're just simple. I mean, a couple of set screws and you pop it on the roof. I really like the mag mounts. I mean, back in the day, I ran a mag mount on my Nova. So when I parked places, I would take it off and just throw it in the back. And when I wanted to shoot skip, I would put it on the roof. And that was an old Radio Shack mag mount. That was over 40 years ago. I ran that in my Nova with my Citizen MPL5. So I used to shoot skip barefoot in my Nova. I didn't have a boot in my Nova. It was just barefoot back then. And I used to talk a lot of skip on that old Citizen MPL5 barefoot. But now, well, I do talk skip barefoot, on it sometimes, but most of the time I got the boot kicked in. Anyway, it sounds like the skip's starting to fade out. And soon my wife will be calling me for dinner. It looks good. I started up the barbecue I let her do the steaks because she's so much better at cooking a steak on the barbecue. So, and what are you running, Daryl? I'm curious. What type of radio are you running in your mobile? CQ Australia, CQDX Australia, 791 West Coast to Canada, waving. Oh, yeah, I got the barbecue. We do lots of barbecuing, piecemeal, lots of barbecuing. It sounded good today. Cool, Daryl. 6 mobile base down there, right on. Well, we'll be listening for you tomorrow, Daryl. Hello, William. All is well here on the island. Absolutely. You gotta love it. See, they finally dropped those stupid mask mandates today in BC. So, well, I never wear them anyway, so they never affected me. But there's still tons of people wearing them. But they did drop them. CQDX 791 West Coast of Canada. Stand by. Sometimes it's good just to fish for the skip out there. And hopefully somebody comes back to you, right? But yeah, no, all is well. Wendy's doing the barbecue tonight. And I mean, like I say, she's actually a better barbecuer than me. At midnight tonight. Oh, does it? Yeah. So, and then that pass thing where you got to use an iPhone pass, the jab pass thing to go into a restaurant, that ends on April 8th. I don't know if I'll ever support those restaurants again. I'm done with it, man. So, yeah, I went into the store today and it's like half the people still had the masks on, right? I got a really good mask. It says this mask is as useless as Justin Trudeau. I went into Walmart yesterday in Duncan, and I had it to here because I just wanted to wear it because it said what it says on it. And then I ended up taking it off and I did my shopping without it. I can't breathe in those things, man. Anyway, looks like the skip is kind of fading here. Kind of fading out. That's maybe South Pacific DX for this evening there, fellas. I'm going to be listening for you guys tomorrow in DX land. So if you're on sideband, I should show you my mask. I should go get it. It's funny. I bought it on Amazon. I had to. This mask is as useless as Justin Trudeau. I don't like wearing them, but I like to wear that one. It's kind of like a sticker I saw. It says, I use this for transporting sand. It was a shopping cart, right? I use this device for transporting sand. A sieve. Well, I think that's it for DX. I think we're done. So let's just turn that off. Turn that off. That thing kind of heats up pretty good. That Texas Star high drive. They are trash, man. I'm just so done with them all. I'm just like, I can't wait things go back to normal. I really can't wait. I'm praying next year, and I'm not wanting to pray, but I'm praying next year everything is back to normal again, right? And then we can look back on all this and say, oh man, what a nightmare that was, right? Hopefully. I mean, it's pretty good on this island we live on. Let me turn this off. This island we live on is a pretty small island, so it's pretty good. I feel kind of like I'm way far away from all that stuff. I really try not to watch the news. It's just too much theater and fear mongering. So I really don't watch the news. I like to watch YouTube. I just like to watch other people's videos, right? And then I do watch that guy in England. What's his name? It's right on the tip of my tongue. I was talking about him today. You know the guy in England with the dark hair? He's really funny. He's got about 5 million subscribers. Oh my God. Don't you hate that when you forget someone's name and Rand? No. Oh my God. You know who it is. You know the guy I'm talking about in England. They're trying to start World War rather than allow. I know that's the thing. I know there's a bunch of stuff going on over in the Ukraine, and I'm not too sure exactly because I haven't really been following it. It's not good though. There's a lot of bad stuff going on. So got to think positive. And when I talk to people on these radios, everybody's so positive. They really are. They're just a good bunch of people I meet every day on these, and you talk to them for a very short time. Yeah, I know it's done. Like I'm not really following the Ukraine thing. I know about this Chinese flu thing because we're into the third year of it. People do need to chill. They do really need to chill out. That's the thing, man. Don't live your life in fear because I think that is actually the worst thing for your immune system. Fear. I don't live my life in fear. Take your vitamins, eat healthy, exercise, get lots of fresh air. Life will be good. Hug people, shake hands, do what you got to do. Have dinner parties. We have the whole time, right? It's all good. So anyway, and chilling with you guys too. It's a good thing to chill with you guys as well. So let me just turn this fan off here. And we'll flip this around. So we're done doing that. We're done doing our DX for the night. And I'll probably upload a few more videos to the video gate here. I shot a lot of videos today. Do you ever go fishing? I haven't fished for a long time. So, well, actually, I won't say a long time. August, middle of August was the last time I went fishing and I caught a pink salmon. We were out, there was 4 of us, and we chartered out around the Southern Gulf Islands here off of Salt Spring. We were right between Salt Spring and off the south end of the San Juan Islands. Like the San Juan Islands were here, and we're here fishing. We were fishing here, and the San Juan Islands are right here. There's the imaginary line, and we caught some salmon out there. We're off the south end of Saturn Island. That's where we're south end of Saturn and Pender Island in the salt chuck off of Salt Spring too. And like I say, we're much in U.S. waters, but on the Canadian side, and we bagged a couple of pink salmon there, and we took them home and put them right on the barbecue. Man, it was like so good. Wrapped them up in tinfoil, but opened them up, gutted them, of course, filled them up with herbs and stuff like that, and oh god, it was so yummy on the barbecue. So yeah, very very good. So that's the last time I went fishing. When my kids were smaller, we used to do a lot more fishing. And years ago, I used to fish lots of lakes here, like back in the 1980s. I used to do a lot of lake fishing here on Salt Spring Island, catch trout. And there's cutthroat, rainbow, and there's bass. There's lots of bass in the lakes. We have 11 freshwater lakes on this island. So lots of fishing. There's lots of hunting here, tons of hunting. No shortage of deer. So if you like hunting, you can go hunting. And there's lots of rabbits too. A lot of rabbits for you people that like rabbits too. For you people that are vegetarians, well, then you're going to have to eat tofu, right? You have to eat only tofu. And you know what? I'll eat everything. I eat everything from the 4 food groups. And if somebody wants to cook me up some tofu, I will eat it. Hello, Gary, 958 Michigan. Good to see you in there, man. I worked a few stations in Michigan today in the mobile. You might have been one of them. I can't keep track of them all. Catch them early in the season. Yeah. Oh, they are so good, man. Just the fish, they're abundant around here. The sea life. I mean, if you like seafood, oysters on the beaches, there's clams, there's lots of crab, there's red rock crab, there are Dungeness crab, there's octopus, sea urchins, you name it, it's here. I just tossed a bunch of blood meal around the garden to 2 rabbits. Oh yeah, blood meal is good to keep away deer too. Rabbits are a real pain in the butt. They really eat up a lot of stuff in the garden. And it's like, when they get in our garden, and they've been in our garden before, it basically looks like somebody, let me drink that. That's good water. It's basically like somebody's taken scissors and cut your plants off. And I remember one time going out in the garden and I thought maybe Wendy had cut the plants off. It was deer. Not me. FM today. Oh, cool. FM. Hey, did I work you on FM? Because I did work Michigan on FM the other day. I think I might have worked you, right? I did talk to somebody on FM today, but I couldn't hear them very well. It was staticky. So happy they finally got. I know. They're getting rid of the. Yes, but the travel restrictions are what's left to. Oh, so they're still keeping those in. You know what? That's crazy. I cannot travel within my country, man. That is so wrong, Dan. It is so wrong that I cannot hop on a plane. I can't even get on a float plane and leave from Salt Spring. So Yeah, I've talked to Michigan on FM, and I was on there today on FM. And somebody did come back to me, Gary, on 26805 FM, but I couldn't really make it out. It was very, very kind of staticky, super staticky. I don't know if you get that problem sometime, but sometimes it's pretty clear. But today was pretty staticky, so I couldn't really make heads or tails of where they were at. But I have talked to Michigan on FM. Matter of fact, let me just look at my logbook here. Let me look at my logbook. And I'm good at writing stuff down, so hopefully I wrote them down. FM. Tombstone, Arizona. Oklahoma. And I did talk to somebody in Michigan on FM, but I didn't write them down. I was a lot better at writing stuff down before. Hang on just a minute. Let me look here. LSB, FM, FM. Yeah, I talked to somebody in Michigan, and I don't really remember who it is, unfortunately. It's ridiculous. It's like these politicians want us to have food. I know, it's just crazy, man. It's just ridiculous, Dan. I totally agree with you. I'm so sick of it. Restricting us from traveling within our own country or leaving the country. We're like prisoners here. 412 Tombstone. Yes. 412. Just a minute. Tombstone. 412 Tombstone. Yes, that's it, Gary. I got it written down right here. I talked to him on what day? The 27th of February. 27th of February at 1:11 p.m. Pacific time. So, and then I talked to another guy. Where was it here? That's Australia. Zigzag. 708. He called himself Zigzag. He was in Oklahoma. FM. So anyway, I've worked a few stations on FM. So you talk to him every day. That's cool, Gary. Right on. Well, I don't know. When I'm talking on FM on my big RCI 2980 WX, it's barefoot. When I talk on FM on my DX, I can run more power, right? It's 150 watts on sideband, and I don't know what it is, 50 watts on AM, something like that. But that's cool. I like the FM stuff. It's kind of cool. One sec. I just got to see if there's dinner. Are you guys eating? Okay, come. Oh, Tito. Thanks, Krista. There's tea for me, but no dinner yet. My friend has a feeling that next fall, numerous Prince State fake leaders will return. Oh, no, it's going to return, Dan. Oh, there's no doubt about it. 300 watts on FM. Nice. I mean, I do have a power. I just was doing it barefoot, right? Like I got a couple of Texas Stars sitting here. 412 was clear as a bell today. Tried them out. Oh, nice. First time check the freak today. Oh, that's cool, Larry. Right on. I like when it's clear. You know what I get really frustrated about when I'm calling DX and I hear a nice loud station come back to me, and then another couple of stations come in and kind of cover them up. It's like especially on 28. I work a lot of AM DX too. I'm on channel 28 a lot, working a lot of skip on 28, and sometimes you get these stations just freaking slamming in here. But then you get another couple of stations slamming in with those guys at the same S units, and it covers them up, right? So that's cool, Larry. 412 is clear as a bell today. I'm going to have to go down there more often. I go down there for a little bit, and I call maybe 3 or 4 times. And if nobody comes back to me, and then I go back up to 28, or I go just below 1, and then I go to 38. I kind of bounce around a lot on the radio. So what time are you guys on there, Larry? I'm curious. So we're Pacific time here. 2 years ago was insane. 2 years went sort of 2 years. I know. So we're into our 3rd year of this nonsense, Dan. So hopefully next year, everything will be lifted, right? And then I can go back to Hawaii again. I really want to go back to Hawaii. That's our place. That's our favorite place in the world, is the Hawaiian Islands, right? So Wendy and I love Hawaii. Our accommodations here are Hawaiian themed. So for those of you who don't know, we live on the Southern Gulf Islands of Canada, out here in the Pacific Ocean, and we have Hawaiian themed accommodations. So our gardens are full of palm trees. There's lots of tiki carvings. It's a pretty cool place, a really cool place. We have people from all over the world stay at our accommodations here. And we've actually had 2 people from Hawaii stay here, 2 different occasions. 8:30 to 9 Eastern time. Oh, Eastern time. Eastern time. Okay, so oh wow. Is that right, eh? Okay, so that's like 6 or 5. That's early here, man. No, we don't have any skip at that time. There's actually no skip, Larry, at that time here. Wow. Next summer, I hope I can travel to Europe, Spain, France. I know isn't it nuts? I want to go to Switzerland one day. I'd love to go see Lugano and Locarno, Switzerland. I'd like to go to see southern Switzerland, because there's some special plants to grow in southern Switzerland. And me, I'm a plant guy, and southern Switzerland is full of palm trees. Did you know that? If you go to Lugano and Locarno, it looks just like Southern California. Literally, streets lined with them. There are thousands of them everywhere. And Lake Major, right? So check that out. Lugano and Locarno, Switzerland. Absolutely beautiful places right on the Italian border. So I hope they make it like that for us, Dan. Maybe it'll be back to normal for us people that don't have the special medicine. We can go traveling. Wouldn't that be nice? 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern here. 2 p.m. to 5. Yeah, you know what, Gary? It's more okay. So the DX comes in here starting at around 8:30, 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. in the morning, something like that. I have in the morning been listening for DX correspondent. AM in the morning be listening for the DX across the pond. Wise. Yeah, that's so early. It's I remember years ago back in the 1980s, I would turn it on in the morning before I went to work, and I'd hear England and Ireland and Scotland coming in, really early in the morning. It'd be like 6 a.m. in the morning, which was super cool. When I've worked European stations here, it's usually always been maybe in the afternoon. And I do have videos of them. I do have videos of me working European stations here, but probably from about 10 years ago. They're either on this channel or my other YouTube channel. For you that don't know, I have another YouTube channel, Banana JSSI. So if you go to Banana JSSI and search 11 meter band DX, 11 meter band radio DX, you can see some of the European ones, and there might be some on here too, because I know I have them on video from years ago. Morning, Lucano Ticini, the Italian part. Yeah, that is cool, man. Dan, that place is so cool. You would love it, man. It is like being in the tropics there. It's unbelievable, the plants that grow in southern Switzerland, and most people would never associate these plants with with Switzerland, and it's at 46 degrees north latitude, the same latitude as Portland, Oregon. Oh, you're lucky. Oh man, that's like me. I'm Italian. My dad's side of the family is from Italy. They were born in Italy, in southern Italy, in Reggio Calabria, across from Sicily. So I could do the same thing. I could move to Italy. My aunt is still alive. My dad's oldest sister's still alive, and she moved to Vancouver when she was 12, and she's going to be 100 years old this year. She's turning 100 in September, which is totally awesome. And she was born in Ardori, Reggio Calabria, on the toe of the boot. They had a big olive farm there, 160-acre olive farm back in the 1800s and 1900s, right? They sold it. I think they probably sold it 40 years ago, something like that. So that's pretty cool. I'd like to go to Switzerland. I don't know if I'll ever get there. We always end up going to Hawaii. I was going to ask, you were no Italian, man. Yeah, Italian. Yeah, and it would be nice to go to Europe. I've never been to Europe. She'll be 100 years old. My Auntie Mary will be 100 years old on September 19th. I think it's September 19th. She is 100 years old, man. And she still lives by herself. She still lives by herself. And actually, I got to call her. I haven't called her in a month. So, yeah, last time I called her, she's still going strong. And she's still with it up there in the noggin, right? Must be that Mediterranean diet. Very good cook. Extremely good cook. And when we're over there visiting, she likes to cook. Yeah, it is. There used to be that's right, Dan. There used to be a baseball player back in the day called Roberto Clemente. And it's funny, when I was back in school, I think he was Portuguese though. And it's funny, when I was back in high school, there was a teacher, he used to say, "Are you related to Roberto Clemente?" And I said, "No, I'm not related. I don't think I'm related to Roberto Clemente." 100 years, man. I mean, I hope I make it to frickin' 70. That's 13 years away. I'm going to be 58 at the end of this month, man. Time flies. So she is 42 years, pretty much 42 years older than me. Isn't that crazy? When I was born in 1964, she was just about 42 years old. That's crazy. Her husband lived, my uncle lived to 97. He died at 97. He was born in 1918. He was born in 1918. So he would have been 105 now. So he made it to 97. Really nice guy. And she still lives in that same house she moved into in 1968. And then before that, she lived in another house down the road. But she moved to Canada in 1934 from Italy, right from Italy to Vancouver, to downtown Vancouver, and grew up on Seymour and Davie, where my dad did. And then, yeah, she got married in 48. I remember going to my aunt's 25th wedding anniversary in 1973. She was married in 1948. I was 9 years old. I remember it just like yesterday. That's crazy, man. It was in Vancouver. Lots of food. When you go to these Italian functions, there's a lot of food, a lot of good food, especially an Italian wedding. Lots of good food. Wendy and I went to a big Italian wedding in 2013, one of my relatives, and it was awesome. Talk to Fernando 350. Oh, cool. Good for you, Gary. 27575. Nice. I rarely ever go to 575 upper sideband. I don't even remember the last time. I go to 555. Or sometimes when I'm on upper sideband 555, Gary, people like to QSY to those other channels. I booked my reservations in Los Cabos next month, so it's difficult for well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I can't book anything because I don't have the special medicine. So our friend just got back from Sedona, Arizona, and they fined her $5,000 Canada. Fined her $5,000 last week when she came into the country because she refused to get those things up her nose. $5,000. She's not going to pay it. She will never pay that, man. That's a lot of dough. And like I say, Wendy's niece got fined $6,250 in November when she came back from Costa Rica and landed at Pearson Airport. $6,250 because she refused to take the test. Absolutely insane in the membrane. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, Gary, right. Exactly. Because a lot of people, we just kind of make the calls on upper sideband 55, like international call. And then we QSY to another channel. And a lot of times we'll like to go off center slot. So they'll say QSY to 540, right? So we'll do that. And I can do that on my 458 as well. My 458 has a 5 kilohertz slider in it. So I talk a lot of sideband DX on my 458 as well. And I can go 5 KCs off, which is nice, off center slot. And that's always nice. It's always a little bit quieter down there. So, well, tomorrow maybe we'll be able to make contact. I will be in there tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. And 27385. I like to talk a lot of DX. So, well, we'll listen for each other out there, man. That's crazy. It's like it makes us want to escape. I know. I remember Katie and Israel Sayulita. Yeah, my son went to Sayulita because our good friends have a yoga place down there. They live here on Salt Spring. And my youngest son went there 5 years ago for 2 weeks with his buddy because our friend, their son, hung out with my youngest son. And he absolutely loved Sayulita. Now, 25 years ago or more, I had a friend that used to go down to Sayulita when it was a lot quieter, but now it's starting to get a little busier. But they have their freedom in Mexico. You gotta love those Mexicans. They're revolutionaries, right? They're into the revolution. So that's what we need here in Canada. 385 is crazy now. It's busy, Gary. 385 lower sideband is kind of like 285 AM or channel 6. Channel 6 is a freaking zoo. You got these guys running mega power. I did talk to my friend Dallas down in Tennessee today too. He actually left a comment because he's on my video gate here. He's on my YouTube channels. So 347 Dallas in Tennessee says, "Hey Joe, what channel are you on?" So I went to 38 and he was on there. So we talked. So I did upload a video of me talking to him on 38. These AOLs finding people. That's crazy, man. I know. Isn't that nuts? My restaurant owner in Burlington got $400,000. That's just a joke, man. Those people need to be charged. The people that are finding these people. It's very unlawful piece of me. A zoo. Gary, it is a zoo. Channel 6 is a real zoo. I remember back in the day, Channel 19 was always a zoo. It was always a call channel. It was always a busy channel back in the 70s and 80s. And now I turn on the radio at night and it's completely dead. I noticed in the Gulf Coast, everything felt free. I didn't need it. Oh, yeah. No, that's good. It's so nice to breathe fresh air, isn't it? Isn't it awesome? I got to find out if dinner's ready. I'm smelling steak, man. Hang on. How's it going down there, ladies?
Close.
I thought that was a tray of food.
Nope.
Nope, not a tray of food. I thought somebody's bringing me a tray of food. In my dreams. A nice try. She said, nice try. Nice try. I tried. I thought Wendy's daughter was bringing me a whole plate of food, steak, vegetables, and a tea. Hey, did you say there's tea? Is it? Oh, cool. She made tea. She's good at making tea. Good at making candles, too. You guys ever want a candle? She makes amazing candles. Yeah, it's cool not to have a muzzle on. And isn't that crazy piece of me? These fines, like 5,000, 6,000. For God's sake, coming back into your own country. It's like, that's silly. For not wearing, meanwhile, nobody wore. I know. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I know. It's nuts at these big games, 60,000 people. Yeah, it's absolutely disgusting. Washington is like BC. So on the 8th, they dropped the Vax Pass thing. They're all going to be done on the 8th. So, but they'll bring them back in the fall. You wait. There'll be another variant that's out. That's what always happens, right? That's what it is. So I don't actually even own an iPhone. So I could never have one of those digital things. I don't own one, right? I'm old school. This is as new school as I get, is the computer. And I'm not really good at a computer either. I can put YouTube videos on. I don't know how to edit them. That's why all of my videos are raw and unedited. Wendy edits her videos. She edits her videos, and yeah, they're a lot better than mine. But like I say, I just take them off my SD card, and shoot a video, plug it in, and just upload them off of that, or download all my locals. It is no way. So tell me something, Gary. At nighttime, when you turn on your radio, are there local people talking on it? Because there's only like 2 local people here that I know of, and they're over on Vancouver Island, the neighboring island to us. I want to get rid of the iPhone. Yeah. I've never owned one. I've actually never, ever owned an iPhone. I had one at work, but that wasn't mine. I actually had to hand it in when I retired. And that's one of the reasons I retired too, is because of all the BS, right? I couldn't stay. It shouldn't be, it should be. Yeah. We, the people that decide. Well, it's the government, it's the people on top that are working for us, and yet there's a fringe group of them, a small group of them that are dictating what we do. We're paying them. That's where they get a paycheck from, right? Yes, just on 19. Is that right? So you guys do actually have locals still talking there, Gary. Wow. No, I remember a time years ago, you could flip through pretty much every channel and there would always be somebody on it locally. And now there's just not a lot of people on the radio anymore, unless the skip's coming in, right? And yeah, Dan, it's I agree with you 100%, buddy. I really do. I think I'm going to have to roll soon for dinner. Is dinner soon? Dinner soon. Call me, Krista, when it's ready. Thanks. I think I'm going to get my tea. Hang on. Is tea? Where's the tea? Oh. Dinner. Okay. Thank you. Hey, guys. I hate to cut her short. Well, actually, I'm not cutting it short. I got to go for dinner. There's like steak and a really good dinner sitting down there, right? So, guys, you guys are awesome. If you guys are on the radio, listen for me out there tomorrow. Nobody on the other channels. Yeah, like it's usually lower 38, Gary, where there's maybe a couple of my friends over on Vancouver Island that talk. And sometimes they have check-ins up on 39 on the big island, which is Vancouver Island. I'm on Salt Spring Island. So, yeah, take care there, William. Good to hear you in there, buddy. Gary, piece of me. Dan, the clutch man. And Larry, you take care out there. We're going to be listening for you out in DX land. Tomorrow, listen for me on the band. I'll be listening for you guys on the band. And you know what? I got the camera rolling. We will be doing Video Gate. You will make the channel. When I talk to you, you will be on Jungle Joe C. Somebody says, well, you got 2 aliases, Jungle Joe C and Banana Joe. So here on Salt Spring Island, I got a nickname years ago. I'm just going to tell you, it's Banana Joe. People call me Banana Joe here. Years and years and years ago, a weatherman here, did a write-up in the paper, and he mentioned my name. He said Banana Joe, and then it just stuck. So, and then back when I was in high school, there was a social studies teacher that called me Jungle Joe all the time. And that's why this channel is called Jungle Joe C, right? Okay. So that's the reason I have 2 names. Banana JSSI is my other YouTube channel. Wendy's YouTube channel, my wife's YouTube channel, is Gulf Island Rock. If you want to watch other videos, Wendy's channel, Gulf, one word, Island Rock. And you can check out some of her stuff. Okay, Gary, take care. And Yeah, thanks, Piece to Me. Well, we had some troll in there, that Jeff Burgess guy, to get rid of him. He was starting to make my blood boil, so I gave him the boot. We gave him the Den Stiefel. That's German for the boot. All right, take care, Larry. And thanks, Larry. We appreciate it, buddy. And Gary, thanks for joining in, you guys. And we will, and Dan the Clutch Man, hey, few weeks I'll be finished my certificate. He said it's going to be, oh, cool, dude. That's awesome. Flash Tide Productions. Good for you, Dan. Thumbs up. Thumbs up to all of you guys. Hang loose. Thanks for joining in. I got to go eat some dinner. I got to end this stream, and we appreciate all you guys. You guys are totally awesome. Aloha, cheers. Till next time, and 73s to all you radio freaks out there. We'll see you around. Bye now.